and welcome back to Love and Romance Tarot Readings. I am excited for today's reading. We are going to see what makes you attractive. Why does your crush or your person like you? Why are people drawn towards you? What can you do to make yourself even more magnetic? We'll get into that too. And we'll just tap into your aura, your energy, and see what's going on in the background and see if there's any helpful information we can find there so you can work better with yourself and work better with other people. But mainly we're going to see what makes you spicy, hot, attractive, all that kind of stuff. So my Etsy shop is in the description. If you'd like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. Other than that, pause the video if you need more time with the piles. You can always pick more than one pile as well for all of my readings. For group 1, we have the Galactophane crystal, and we'll be using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. For group 2, we have the Black Geode, and we'll be using the Fashion Tarot. For group 3, we have the Zebra Stone, and we'll be using the Tarot of the Divine. And for group 4, we have the Sunstone, and we'll be using the Mermaid Tarot. So pause the video if you need more time with the piles, but we're just going to jump right into it. All right, if you chose group 1 with the Galactophane Crystal Point and the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, this is your reading. What makes you attractive? Why are people drawn to you? Why does your person like you? We're going to get all the details and perspective. Spirit, this is for group 1 with the Galactophane. Right away, we got a card that came out for you. What makes group 1 attractive? So the first card that came out for you is Libra, the idealist, and then we have Mars with action coming out. So you guys are really good with execution. You can take an idea, something that no one has ever seen before, and you can make it real. You may have even experienced people like copying you when you were younger. Like say you took Sharpies and you decorated all your shoes like with your own designs. All of a sudden the next week, everybody's doing it. Like it's definitely getting trendsetter energy. And the thing about Libra, I mean, Libra is co-ruled by Venus, so it has that heavy influence of beauty, harmony. Libra loves beautiful things, nice things. So you may have strong Libra energy in your chart or your Libra placement. If you only have like one, it could be in a very prominent position. It could even be in your Mars placement. But people are very attracted to you because you are someone who people sees as the ideal partner in terms of romantic archetypes. Look up the romantic archetypes. I'm pretty sure that's Robert Greene stuff, I want to say. Yeah, The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. He has all these archetypes, and right away you're giving the ideal lover, actually, I think it's called. And essentially that just means like the perfect partner. So you may notice that a lot of people like decide in their head before they even talk to you that you're just like wife material, husband material, like perfect in a way. And then with Mars, you're really good at execution. Also, Mars is a very strong quality. You may have like a very strong cutoff game, and people love that about you. You would think they wouldn't, but people, honestly, if you look at the action people take, people gravitate more towards rejection than they even do success. Like a lot of people go for what they know they can't have, or are naturally attracted to what is not in alignment with them. So I feel like with you may have a strong cutoff game. You may be really good at strategizing, and people love your masculine energy. It's like all of a sudden you're Libra, the idealist, very harmonious, very nice, very aesthetic. And then you have this like cutthroat side, and it just makes people, it gets people stuck on you. Libra, it says harmonious, cooperative, balanced, socially aware, artistic, people-pleasing, fair, aesthetic, choosy, graceful, judgmental, flattering, And then Mars says desire, impulses, courage, force, heat, strength, competition, workouts, excitement, thirst, impatience, anger, leadership. You may be someone who has very strong leadership qualities, someone that people have always felt naturally like they want to follow. You just have this quality about you that makes it seem like you're kind of like always right. Or if people are with you, they just feel like they're automatically going to be on the winning team. You may like to work out as well. That may be something that you're into. Wow, we have Uranus, the planet of change. Uranus in this deck is about revolution. It says breakthroughs, brainstorming, awakening, technology, innovation, humanitarianism, reform, the unexpected, the edge, diversity, enlightening. You may have a lot of diverse habits and qualities about yourself. Like on one end, you could be super political, but on the other end, you could totally believe in, like, when you're at home, living your life whatever way you want to. So you may be someone who's more personally conservative, but you still believe that other people should be free. And it's hard for people to think that way, to have their own personal beliefs and not apply it to everyone around them. But I feel like you have a strong sense of self, but a very diverse friend group because of that, because you can accept everyone for who they are. You don't try to change people. You don't try to make them better. You make people feel free. People feel like they can truly be themselves in your presence. We have the North Node with destiny. So it seems like you're going somewhere. It seems like you have the ability to actually accomplish what you say you want in this life. Like, people believe in you, Group 1. A lot of people idealize you. A lot of people put you on a pedestal like a god. That may have been something you've experienced even when you were younger in school. It's like your teacher always called on you because they assumed you would have the answer, or people always came to you for help for whatever reason. You're someone who could be trusted. People just feel like you know the answer. You're very good, like, manager material. So if you're lost in career, definitely look for managerial positions where you can be at the top, where you could be the head, where you can tell other people, where you can like assign tasks to other people and you're just kind of like in the lead, the person who's overseeing everything, because you have the ability to take big picture and actionize it, if that's even a word, put action behind it. With that Mars quality you have, and with the North Node, you can truly see the future. You may even be psychic. The North Node, it says soul school, learning curve, fulfillment, purpose, maturing, experience, fruition. The North Star, process. People see you literally as the North Star, like the light at the end of the tunnel. A lot of people see you as a savior. I feel like a lot of people depend on you, whether it's friends, family, or just people that you come into contact with as potential romantic partners. They feel like you can save them from their current life, from their current situation. You may unfortunately attract people who like to be babied. Not gonna lie though, I feel like Libra, all the Libras placements that I know, strong Libra, they have this like low key desire to take care of someone or to baby them. I don't know what that's about. I don't know where that comes from or what's that about, but I noticed that, like, one of my friends, she's kind of a man eater, but she has this quality towards animals. Like, she'll literally see a rabid animal and try to save it. And it's like, why do you feel the need to be the savior, the nurturer? Anyways, so it may be channeled towards like something other than people, but I noticed that a lot. And then we have Scorpio coming through. Scorpio, the powerhouse in this deck. It says transformative, intense, passionate, secretive, thorough, obsessive, intimate, primal, lusty, deep, eternal, resourceful, mysterious, regenerative. So you have this quality about you to constantly regenerate. You will leave your old life behind and start over. I feel like you show no fear, and I feel like you feel the fear, but I don't know what it is. Like, maybe you've compartmentalized it because you feel fear and anxiety just like, anybody would, but it doesn't influence your actions. So maybe that's because you're very logical and you think things all the way through, or you're just really good at compartmentalizing and strategy. But that's definitely something that gives you an advantage just in this world in general. You seem very attractive. You have a strong, excuse me. Thank you if anyone said bless you. But it seems like you have like a strong sense of self, almost an intimidating quality about you, not gonna lie. Spirit, for group one, what do people like about them? How do people see them? Yeah, it seems like you can do it all. We have the dilettante here. It says delights in the arts without having to be a professional, and alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So you're the kind of person who makes people aware when there's a leak in their energy, or when there's someone that they're friends with that is taking from them or doesn't have good intentions. You kind of pick up on that very naturally. And then the first line of the card about the dilettante is just about being able to be an artist without holding yourself to some standard of I have to perform on the world stage. So you may make music, but only your friends and family have heard it. And it's not because you can't or you're afraid. It's literally by design. Like, you like the art of making music. You don't make music because you want to be famous, or whatever your art is, whatever your medium is. It could be poetry. You could have like journals full of poetry or old journals full of drawings. You've always been an artist, and it's never had to be your entire identity. So you are always free. And a lot of things you may give up on, and people start to become very controlling and kind of crazy about your art. Like, say you used to make music, but you don't anymore. The people around you may have a lot of anger and resentment about that, because again, people see you as that north node, the north star, you know, that light at the end of the tunnel. They're the one that can do it. So when you don't see things all the way through, and you don't, you know, live up to their ideals, you know, you're the person that gave them hope. So if you don't pursue something, it just affects people so deeply. So don't take it personal. It's just like, people, they may get really upset with you if you say that you're not doing something. And it's like, you don't even know what it's like to be an artist. You can't just constantly pump out creations, and they don't understand that, because they have like an unrealistic idea of what it means to be an artist, or an unrealistic idea of what it means to be you, you know? So I feel like you may have to remind people like, I'm me, you're not me, you need to back off. We have the mentor here, definitely a strong leader quality. It says passion on wisdom and refining a student's character. So I feel like people are better once they leave your life, or once you enter their lives, people automatically glow up. I feel like you have a lot of resources, and I feel like you're kind of like a jack of all trades, someone who can do anything. And then we have the trickster. See, and that's that scorpionic, Uranian, even Mars energy, where it does have a dark side. You can be like, people, I'm hearing unassuming. You're very unassuming. So you may have like a warm exterior with Libra, a very welcoming energy. You know, someone who can accept anyone with Uranus, like very open to different people. But when it comes to your personal beliefs, you really don't compromise on that. Like, so for an example, people may start to be friends with you, and you're someone who's all inclusive, you let them in, and then, you know, a few weeks or a few months into the friendship, they start like talking crap about someone. You will check that behavior. And people assume because you're friends with them that means that you're just going to go with anything. And because you're super accepting, that means you're going to accept whatever comes out of their mouth. But it's a rude awakening when people deal with you, group one, because it's like it comes out of nowhere that you have this high standard you hold other people to. And you have this like gritty energy to you with Mars and Scorpio, making you someone who can really go there. Okay. If the bar is in hell, you'll take it to Hades. Like, you'll take it even lower. And people are very surprised by that. The trickster, it says, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. You're unpredictable, someone that a lot of people feel drawn to, attracted to, and they want to just figure you out. Spirit, can you tell us about their crush specifically, their person, romantic partners only? How do romantic partners feel about group one? Nice. So right away we have the Five of Swords and it's coming up in reverse. So people see you as someone who is generally fair. Five of Swords in reverse is like, I could do the wrong thing, but I've learned past it and I'm making a conscious choice not to. I could screw you over. I could leave you hanging, but I'm a person of good character, so I won't. Like, even if your friend has been cussing you out all night, if they're drunk and wasted, you're going to make sure that they get into an Uber and they can get home safely. Like, you're not going to leave them out in the cold, even though it would be well within your right, you know, to do so, especially depending on how bad people kind of want to take it. You seem to be someone who doesn't really believe in relationships, or you may be non-conventional. We have the Four of Wands in reverse. So it's almost like right away you try to convince people like, listen, I am not the solution. I am not your perfect ideal partner. I am not your marriage perfect potential. Three of Swords, I done been through some stuff. I lived some life and I'm a realist. It's almost like right away. Or maybe it's a switch, like in the beginning, it's all cool, you know, you receive the attention and then it becomes too much. And then there's the switch. And then all of a sudden you're like pushing people away, or you're not enabling them to kind of put you on a pedestal, but it comes out of nowhere. People really want to worship you like a god. I'm telling you, group one. We have the Five of Swords in reverse and the Six of Swords. So you seem someone who's more generally detached. And by detached, I really feel like it's more in your own world. I don't know, for whatever reason, people may be used to partners that just fold automatically, immediately. They do anything, everything to keep that person, but you're not like that. Or Three of Swords, you've grown out of those qualities, because the Three of Swords does indicate that you've likely been through some sort of painful experience that taught you not to make super strong attachments. But something about you seems away to people. Something about you, it's like they don't ever fully know what's going on in your mind. People may label you as like hard to read. Yeah, we have the Hierophant coming out in reverse. People don't know how to win you over or how to game you. And to be honest, I feel like that's exactly the point. I feel like that's by design. Your crush sees you as someone who's very attractive, but someone who kind of rejects typical social systems or social norms like marriage, kids, that big family picture. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. You're very much so in control, very much so in your power. And that's the way that you like it. And I feel like you protect yourself from nonsense, hurt, harm, danger. You're very, very protective of yourself, and people are used to others just opening up to them. It's almost giving me like a traditional masculine feminine role. So say like you're a feminine, you may dress more androgynous, or you may have more masculine tendencies. You may be much more in your masculine energy. Or if you're a traditional masculine, it's like you could be like the opposite of what people would expect. We have the High Priestess and now the High Priest both showing up in reverse. So there's a strong energy of people not being able to figure you out, not being able to tell your next move. And it also just seems like you've lived kind of 4, 5, 6 lives in one. And people have a hard time. Ooh, now I'm hearing that people have a hard time committing to you sometimes because of your detached nature. But people have a hard time fitting themselves in your life and figuring out like their purpose. They don't really feel a sense of purpose, and that makes people very uncomfortable, because I feel like you like people that are authentic, period. So if someone is showing up as their true self, you can accept them and appreciate them. But people want to be liked for the reasons why they want to be liked, and that doesn't work for you. So it's like, say you have someone, you know, a guy come into your life and they have a lot of money, so they always wear like name brand and they have a really nice car, and usually that's why everyone, you know, wants to be close to them. But for you, it's like you're literally not moved by their car, by their clothes. You may even be turned on by like the chauvinistic nature of, you know, a person like that. So it just seems like anything that you would typically expect, or anything that someone does to try to get you to like them, never works. But it's the most random thing. Like they could be like, you guys could have had a long day together, and it's like you're sitting on the couch eating Oreos, and that's the moment that makes you fall in love with them. Like, they just look so cute and innocent eating these Oreos. And it's like, really? You like me because you saw me eating Oreos? Are you serious, group one? Like, people don't get it. They can't control why you like them. Because it's always something different. It's always something unique. It's always something that surprises you. You may not have like a type yourself. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Hermit. So you take some time alone. You're really big on your alone time and your personal space. Also, I'm picking up that people really love your house, but you may not let too many people in your house. Six of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hermit to me is giving sacred space energy that not everyone has access to. Six of Pentacles in reverse, I'm not giving you all my love, all my resources, all my connections. I'm not letting you sit in my house all day, all night, all weekend. This is not going to be the party house. Yes, I have the space. Yes, I have the pool. Yes, I have the whatever, but that doesn't mean that this is your pool, your car, whatever your assets are. Like, people try to gravitate towards you and make friends with you because of what they can get from you, and you completely stop people in their tracks. You're definitely an enigma. We have the Magician in reverse. So your manifestation method is literally just living your life, doing absolutely nothing. Like, it's so effortless. You're a rebel for sure. You're a rebel. You definitely reject like social norms and the things that people typically say or do to get others attracted. You're very different. Spirit, what advice can you tell me about group one? What is going on in the background that they need to know? So we have Diana with focused intention and Freya with phases and cycles. Freya is definitely that scorpionic energy with phases and cycles, more related probably to moon energy. But there's a strong moon energy and Plutonian energy in your spread. Freya, it says, there is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. So Spirit is saying, as long as you catch the revelations, you will always be okay no matter who you walk away from. And I feel like you've realized that already. And then Diana with focus intention, it says, think about what you desire, set your sights high, and expect the very best possible outcome. So your guides are telling you to continue on your path. I'm not really picking up on too much happening in the background besides maybe some phases and cycles ending. There may be new friends coming into your life, people leaving your life. There may be some big changes happening for you, whatever it focuses on. It just brightens up crazy. Changes happening for you. Spirit is saying, set your intention for new stuff to enter your life. Set your sights high and know that will happen. Don't allow yourself to get influenced by other people and their limiting beliefs. Continue to be who you are. That's what I got for you, group one. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you'd like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. Other than that, that was your spread I have for you today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group two with the Black Geode and the Fashion Tarot, this is your reading. We're going to see what makes you attractive. Why is your crush attracted to you as well? Why are people drawn toward you? What do romantic partners say about you and like about you the most? Spirit, this is for group two. Group two with the Black Stone. Please show us what makes group two attractive. Oop. Why are people drawn towards group two? So right away we have the trine coming out, trine with flow. A trine is definitely a harmonious, good, positive astrological aspect. It's basically when three planets are working together in a positive nature. So you're someone that really harmonizes well in any environment, in any friend group. You're very foundational energy. You may even come across as the mom or the dad or the aunt of the friend group, like someone who has like a little bit more foresight and more of a mature demeanor. Someone who the friend group is built on, the team at work is built on. You're that foundational kind of aspect that people need. And also people need you. That's something I keep hearing. That's the word that Spirit keeps using. Like it's a need, a foundational need. So people may literally feel like they can't function without you. You may have even had past partners that always wanted to study just with you in the room, or wanted to work on things just with you in the room. Even if you talk about absolutely nothing, people just like to have you around. You may even have friends like that. That's like, listen, I got to study today, but can you come over and just sit here and just be in my house, because your presence is very harmonious, harmonizing. Something about your energy, your aura. Be careful about that, group 2, because the more people, start to become hip to that you have this aura, this energy, that when you come into a space, you harmonize it, you make it feel more positive, you make it feel better. People may start trying to take advantage of that. So be mindful of that. If you wonder why people will ask you to come over and ask you to come around, but like they'll still play their game or not even like really show you any attention, your energy is all that it takes to just disarm people and to make them calm and to make them feel like all is right in the world. So just be aware of that. The trine says harmonizes, enriches. See, like you enrich the environment. Benefits, energizes, enjoys, eases, lubricates, rhymes, supports, and indulges. So a lot of people come to you for inspiration as well. When they need inspiration, they feel like you're the perfect person to come around and get their chops wet. It's like you literally naturally come. I don't know what that is about you. I don't know what's going on with your energy, group 2, but I can feel it. It's like, yeah, there's something that just kind of like breaks up the density when you're around. The energy gets lighter. It gets more digestible. The party really starts when you're there, because you're that anchoring. It's like you naturally make people comfortable with just your presence. And also a lot of people like to embody themselves after you. So you may notice that people come into your life and they start trying to act like you. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's probably unconscious, because I don't feel like people can exactly put their finger on what it is about you that makes you so like have this calming, disarming presence. It's just something that once they feel, people a lot of times get very addicted to it and they don't want to let it go. They don't want to let you go. So even after a breakup, you may find that your exes always want to like literally just keep you around. Oh, I didn't see this one. This one flipped over as well. All right, so we got some juicy ones that came out for you. First of all, we have Gemini, the butterfly. So you may have like a Gemini Mercury, Gemini Mars. These are placements that you'd really feel it, even a rising. You're intellectual. There's a duality with you. It's light and darkness. You make people feel very comfortable being themselves. I feel like someone could be a horrible person and you could be their bestie, because you don't judge people. It's like you understand it. And that's the thing about Gemini. Like I genuinely believe everyone needs a Gemini in their life, because they can show you the other side of things. And even if it makes you uncomfortable, it's like you need someone who's going to bring in that perspective. So many people just want to embody themselves, through your personality, or just want to match your energy. Not enough people are, unapologetic and unafraid to just be themselves and bring something new into the environment. And those strong Gemini placements always bring something new, something different. So it's a very needed quality. It says curious, communicative, versatile, flexible, social, collaborative, brilliant, studious, superficial, fidgety, street smart, adaptive, so on and so forth. So that's very strong on your energy. People really like you. Butterflies may also be significant to you in some way. You may have a butterfly tattoo. You may be very drawn to butterflies. Butterflies may always come up as like a calming agent to you. You know that there's change that's going to happen once you see a butterfly. You may dream a lot with butterflies. And also I'm picking up on butterfly being someone's past loved one. It's like you may always see a blue butterfly when your grandma is around, or this past loved one. That would be a specific message, not for all of you, just like really for one of you. And then we have the numinous and the 9th house with seeking. So the numinous, that's the name of this deck. It's the numinous. I have the box somewhere. It's like the numinous, I don't know, oracle cards. But the numinous is like the indescribable. It's mystery in this deck. So it basically just represents the unknown. It says the unknown, the unknowable, ESP, psychic abilities, the cosmos, universal truth, oneness, source, shadow work, inner knowing, tingling, ghosts, other worlds, space, enigmas, the occult, and intuition. You could be very much so into the occult. You can be very spiritual, and that doesn't surprise me because you're watching tarot. So you're open to spirituality to some degree, but you may be naturally psychic. Like you may genuinely have your own gifts. Like not everyone is born with active gifts. Everyone has their own spiritual gifts, but some people deny them early on in life and they shut them down because they're afraid. And it seems like you can't escape it. So to this point, at this point, you probably lean into your spiritual gifts, but I feel like you've always been psychic, or you've always had like something following you. It could even be a spirit, not gonna lie. Because I am seeing, spirit is showing me like, you going to someone's house and all of a sudden something like ghostly happens, like a door slams or a drawer randomly opens up, or it sounds like someone's on the stairs, but you're the only people in the house. I'm picking up on something like that. So that's why I would say that, well, that may be a spirit. But it seems like, you know, you've learned to harmonize with it. That's the thing I love about Gemini. Like they're so come what may. It's like, oh, there's a spirit in my house. They don't want to go away. Okay, well, you better be quiet and you can just live here then. Like eventually they just kind of get over it. I just find that so funny and endearing. They can be very tolerant. So anywho, we have the 9th house with seeking. It says foreign travel, adventure, higher education. People come into your life and they immediately have awakenings, group 2. And I feel like you've noticed this. Like people, all of a sudden they start to get all this perspective. All of a sudden they start to level up, even like they have success, like in business or in friendships. All of a sudden things really start picking up when you come into their lives. And that's why I was saying before, just be mindful that you have this ability, because you don't want people to think that you're someone that they can use, you know. Also, you bring in a sense of adventure in people's life. It says faith, beliefs, spiritual quests. You may go on a lot of spiritual quests, even with friends, romantic partners, teachers. I feel like you teach a lot. Like you teach a lot of people. And it's not even intentional, but people, you know, get connected with you and they start to learn things. Like say you have a teacher in elementary that's been, you know, not doing right by the kids, kind of, you know, running things poorly in the classroom, being sneaky, you know, not telling parents the whole truth and things like that. You come in and immediately pop the bubble. I wouldn't be surprised, group 2, if you've ever had a teacher fired or a manager fired or someone fired, because it feels like that stops with you, period, point blank. Like you're an awakener and you naturally cause like these really radical transformations within people. Spirit for group 2, what do people like about them? Why are they attracted to group 2? So you guys may, nice, you guys may already be on what I was talking about, because we have the Hermit card. We have the Hermit, the Father, and the Lover. You get people stuck on you. You could be also, I'm picking up group 2, if you wanted to, you could be like the worst, most manipulative person, but I swear it's like you're aware of your ability to just be the most, because you're so intellectual, intuitive, tapped in. You can feel people just like they can feel you. And because you've had this be kind of like your whole life experience, at this point you have a bit of knowledge about how things work. So if you wanted to, you could use all of your power for good or for bad, you know, it just depends, you know. So I feel like you may be called at different points in your life to go through a villain era. Once you kind of, and usually that means group 2 that you need to let off some of that energy. You need to go to the beach, put your feet in the sand, get in the water, you know, get in the water, let it cleanse away all of the things that you've picked up from other people. Because typically when, you know, you start feeling like, all right, it's time to go into my villain era, it's because there's too much energy built up, too many experiences, too many people thinking, you know, stuff is sweet with you. We have the Hermit. It says seek solitude to focus intently on inner life and serves personal creativity. So you have your own personal endeavors. You have secrets, group 2. But not secrets in the sense that, oh, I did something horrible and I'm not telling anyone. Maybe. and then like you're living a whole new life. And so that old life, you know that people aren't emotionally mature enough to handle, so you don't tell people about it, and you present yourself as if you've been your current form your entire life. That's tea. But I actually felt this when it comes to like your creativity. It feels like you don't share your art with people. So if you paint, draw, write, whatever, it doesn't seem like you share that with people, and you go out of your way to like put yourself even into hermit mode so that you can get to know yourself better, so that you can regenerate, so that you can come back to your center, so that you can connect with spirit and learn new things or get more downloads. We have the Father. It says talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So even if you're a feminine, honestly, I feel like your partners tend to lean on you like you're a masculine presence. Definitely a little bit enigmatic, where it's like you may be a feminine, you may look feminine, but you're totally masculine in your approach and your communication. There's something about you that's unassuming. People don't expect that to come from you. Also, I just heard, I didn't know you had a voice. So that could be about people not knowing that you have the ability to sing, or that could be about people not knowing that you actually have really strong opinions, but you just don't share that with other people. You don't feel the need to put that on other people. I'm getting a little bit of an energy where it's like once you speak up, it's like you are heard, but people had no idea that you had like all this fire within you. And then we have the Lover. This one says, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation for something or someone. So you genuinely love people without even expecting or needing them to love you the same. You may even have this ability, group 2, to love people who don't like you. So like, you know, who can I use as an example? I don't know. Like Nicki Minaj. You could meet Nicki Minaj and, you know, maybe she's mean to you or she doesn't like you, but you love her because she's a bad bee. You love her because of your own reasons. You know, you love people not because they love you back, but just because you love them, period. So very, very intellectual energy to you. Someone who can truly detach from their own ego and just feel things as they are. We have the Guide and the Warrior. Yeah, a lot of people look to you as like it says positive guiding light within a tribal unit. Like you're giving head of household energy, not gonna lie. Represents the nature of the divine within yourself and others, it says within life and within yourself. So for you, it's like you kind of represent this connection to the higher power, to higher realms. You may have a lot of Mercury energy in your chart. And then we have the Warrior. It says strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroicism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice and conquering the ego. So you've conquered your ego. You've worked through your problems. You're a very strong, inspirational person, group 2. Spirit, specifically for romantic partners and their crush, can you show us how their crush sees them? Wow, we got the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Someone who has the ability to be like, and you're not even done yet with the Four of Swords. It's like you're still incubating. You're still growing, changing. There's still work to do. You're not even at your final form. You're not at your most powerful form. Your most powerful form, I don't know that you'll ever like fully step into that. It's like you're always growing and learning and getting better and better. You seem very unattainable, untouchable. Four of Swords kind of seems like you may not know what you want. You may not be open to romance, or you may be very unconventional. People don't really know how to come at you with that Four of Swords coming up. It's like, I don't know what you like. I don't know what kind of girl she is or what kind of guy he is. Like people have that kind of thing. And it's like, well, if you're a feminine that comes across more masculine, of course, that's going to be hard for people to just figure out. But I feel like you like it that way. You don't want people to just figure you out so they can do whatever they, find out works. You want people to get to know you on a personal level. You want to create something unique with people. Unanimously though, people always see you as this Ten of Cups, like they're happily ever after. And people see you as like wife, husband, life partner material. So you may notice that that actually caused a delay in your love life, and you may have had to tap into this Ace of Cups energy to protect yourself. to put yourself first, to always remain the first priority in your life, because 10 of Cups, people see you as like settled down energy. So when they first meet you, they may not be ready to settle down, but it seems like people always want to stay in contact with you. Like I feel like your crush, or, you know, new people, romantic interest specifically, I feel like they always want to keep in contact with you. They give you just enough so that there's communication, so that when they're ready, they can come in and it wouldn't be like totally left field. There's already a foundation built. A lot of people that want to date you try to do that with you. They try to build a foundation so that once they're fully ready, they can just move straight into that romantic space with you. But I feel like there's this trend of people keeping their options open. And because of that, Ace of Cups, you've had to develop this self-preserving aspect of prioritizing yourself first. And people can see your self-love. You may have like a self-care day or routine. Wow, we have the Queen of Cups. And then we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. And the Knight of Wands is a very, sacral-based kind of person. They like to turn me, I like to put me to the stuff, okay? That's Knight of Wands energy. But you seem to deny people like that. You seem to reject people who are just trying to hurry up, get with you as close, like, as soon as they can. Queen of Cups, you always put yourself first. There's something very regal about you as well, something that feels like royalty. And with this Knight of Wands in reverse, people know that they can't keep you with D, if you know what I mean. Like, people know that they can't keep you with physicality. They truly have to bring something more into the equation. I'm trying to cover up the faces because it always brightens up the camera. Yeah, we have the Two of Coins and the Seven of Cups. So you're going to do what's best for you. You are guided by angels and angelic higher level forces. And you seem really untouchable, unattainable. Your crush feels like you're someone who has options, Seven of Cups, also someone who has like a lot of creative power, someone who has talent, and they don't exactly feel worthy, to be honest. They don't feel like they can just pull you. They feel like you take a very individualized approach. They can't just try their same old tricks with you. Two of Swords in reverse. Everybody knows you can't easily be fooled. You're very tapped in and conscious. People can tell that. And we have the Three of Cups in reverse and the Six of Wands in reverse. So they see you as someone who's still learning and growing, someone who doesn't exactly have it all figured out, someone who is open to spirit, higher realms, higher forces. It seems like you're on a spiritual quest right now. Spirit, what's going on in the background? What can make them more magnetic? Anything else Group 2 needs to know? We have Green Tara with Supreme Protection, and that's something that you definitely need, and I'm glad this came up because from the very beginning of your energy, I could tell that people really like your presence, and that is definitely something that you want to, like, if you have an aura like that, you need to practice spiritual protection. So once a week, cleanse your energy or add a spiritual bath every, whatever day you do it, every Sunday to your spiritual routine. I sell candles on my Etsy shop. Once a month or every so often, once every quarter, like once every 3 months, burn a clearing candle and a return to sender candle, because you have a lot of people who naturally leech onto you, and that is not something that you want to let, remain something that's attached to you, because that's when you kind of get in this space where it's like, oh, I want to go in the villain era, but everybody knows the villain era gets you in trouble, because then you start doing things that your rational mind has already told you, this is not something that we're about, or this is not something that's good for us. So keep up with that spiritual protection, but your guides want you to know that you are protected. It says cords are being cut, move beyond limitation and trust. So they want you to know that there's cords being cut, things being cleared in the background, and you are taken care of. Your guides are watching out for you. They're protecting you, and they're aligning you with best case scenario. We have Freya with phases and cycles. It says there's a beginning within every ending. Illusions are being revealed. So they want you to know that they're exposing people right now. So if you're seeing things and you're really surprised at how people are being exposed, yeah, it's your guides doing. And then we have Mary Magdalene. It says teacher awakens. It says you have something important to share. Follow the inner call and don't let anything stop you. I definitely feel like you have a higher purpose, group 2, and your guides are really pushing you, motivating you to pursue that. That is what I have for you. My Etsy shop is in the description if you'd like a private tarot reading or any of my other magical offerings. It is all on there. And that's what I have for you today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 3 with the zebra stone and the tarot of the divine, this is your reading. What makes you attractive? Why are people drawn towards you? And we will specifically use the tarot to tap into your crush, their feelings, or new romantic partners, and to see what they like about you, how they see you. We're going to get every last possible detail per usual. Spirit, this is for group 3 with the zebra stone. What makes group 3 attractive? Why are people drawn towards group 3? Right away, we have the 4th house with the roots. So you have a strong 4th house energy. If anyone with strong 4th house energy typically comes across as the ideal romantic partner for like marriage, life partnership, long term. The 4th house with the roots, it says family, home, background, comfort, cooking, inner world, real estate, shelter, self-care, rejuvenation, habits, and your shell. So you may come across as someone who's really in your head, someone who values being at home. You may be a homebody or a hermit, someone where it's like everything that you like to do can be done at home. If you like to eat, that can be done at home. If you like to cook, that can be done at home. Say you like organizing and redecorating, that's very 4th house. And you generally come across as someone who's like long-term partner material. Now this can cause you a little bit of strife in life if people kind of shelf you and they put you off as someone who, okay, this is like wife material, husband material, partner material. Let me have my fun and then I'll always come back to group 3. You may have experienced that like honestly more than once. I'm also getting an energy of a strong group of people who have gone through a huge glow up. You may have been shy and reserved, more 4th house when you were a kid or when you were younger, but then we have the 10th house coming up with reputation. So you have quite a reputation for yourself now. You may have come out of that down home or that homebody kind of energy, and you may have stepped into like your truest self or this new version of you that's much more willing to interact with people, much more willing to talk to people. It seems like you're open. The 10th house with reputation, it says career, responsibilities, achievement, fame, notoriety, authority figures, purpose, legacy, the patriarchy, and an empire. So you may be the kind of person who has a strong family unit. You may also come from a strong culture, like culture that has like a distinctive background. Some cultures are known for liking spicy foods. Some cultures are known for always being into like lots of color. Some cultures are known for like big weddings. Some cultures are known for like constantly being aware of their guests and feeding them as much as possible. For an example, like a distinctive culture. It feels like you have a rich background. And then we have Leo, the lover, that has come out. So you may have a very strong or prominent Leo placement. You may even have Leo in your Venus. That's kind of best case scenario. Leo Venus is nice. That's definitely perfect partner material. That's someone who cares about you, someone who watches out for you, someone who takes care of you. That's typically people who feel very attached to their partners. They make deep attachments. But they also like to be fulfilled and to have fun. You may have a prominent Leo placement, maybe even in your rising. It says expressive, creative, loving, playful, warm, overt, self-confident, flirtatious, glowing, extroverted, egotistical, juicy, trusting. There's an energy here that people find you to be very and like very attractive. You have a natural magnetic quality about you. People oftentimes get stuck on you and they have a hard time meeting anyone that will ever match your energy or match up to the standards that you've created. Like, you really do raise the bar to the point where you become an acquired taste. It's like, I need her, I need him. People make strong attachments to you because they never get loved the same way you do. And it's not even that your love is just so deep and emotional. It's just very different and unique. And it's something that people truly can't get anywhere else. I feel like you make people want to have fun. You make people want to live free. You make people believe that they can be free. And you make people believe that they're important. We have Jupiter and Capricorn coming out. We have Capricorn, the boss, and Jupiter with expansion. And Jupiter is more that kind of fourth house energy of being grounded, marriage material, wife material, husband material. It says enthusiasm, optimism, generosity, luck, travel, positivity, foreign cultures, chance, expansion, leaping, exploration, and potential. So people feel like you have a lot of potential. People always feel like you have the ability to start over new and be just fine, or to have best case scenario play out. So people want you on their team when they're going to start something new. You may notice that people always run their ideas by you, and it's like, listen, do what's best for you. Like, feel into your spirit. What do you feel? Do you feel like that's going to be successful? Go with what you feel inside. But people just, it's like, no, they have a hard time doing that. They want to get your opinion. They attach to what you say, and it holds so much weight. Your opinion is so important to people. Group 3. I hope I haven't been saying group 2 this whole time. I like mess up one time and then I become paranoid about it. And then we have Capricorn, the boss. It says serious, authoritative, ambitious, realistic, traditional, wise, accomplished, majestic, competent, prepared, down to earth, rigid, disciplined, reserved, cooperative. So I feel like, again, you guys give perfect wife, husband material, definitely long term. To be honest, group 3, your love life may pop off later in life because people can't really see your value when they don't feel like they need it. You know, like when someone is 22, they're not going to feel like, oh, let me hurry up and settle down with this person, because in the long run, they're going to be able to give me that strong foundation, that family that I want, that I desire in the future. It's like people don't really see your value unless they're older themselves. So you may attract a lot of older people that want to date you, or until they kind of grow into themselves and they have a few experiences and they see what else is out there, then they start doubling back like, hold on, group 3. Don't go so soon. I see your value now, but it may be too late. Spirit, for group 3, what makes them attractive? Why are people drawn to them? Also, people really take your word for it. Something about you seems like you're always speaking truth, or you always have the right answer. We have the guide, the healer, and the slave. The guide says represents the nature of the divine in life and within yourself. So you have this very ethereal quality to you. Again, it seems like you're connected to higher realms. It seems like you always know something that other people don't know. And it makes them feel even a little scared or paranoid around you, because it's like people always know that you know the truth. So you may notice that people try to like tell you lies, but they always get this look in their face where it's like they're always looking at you directly in your eyes, trying to decipher whether or not you can tell it's a lie. I feel like people try to do different things like, okay, if I can get over on group 3, then I can get over on anyone. Or if group 3 believes it, everybody's going to believe it. So people may try to like say like the wildest, most crazy stuff that they know isn't agreeable to you, because if you accept it, then that means it'll be accepted by everyone. A lot of people see you as like the bar. The bar. We have the healer. It says passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, and the ability to help transform pain into healing. Before, I didn't really get a strong healing energy with you, but healing is a huge part of the 4th house. It's also synonymous with Capricorn energy and Jupiter, so I could see it. But I feel like only the people closest to you get this healing aspect. I feel like you reserve this for people who deserve it. That's specifically the word I'm hearing, deserve it. And then we have the slave. It says surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. So you kind of have this it's above me now type attitude. Or say you go to a club and you know, they say we're at capacity, we can't let anyone else in. That doesn't ruin your night. You can literally have fun wherever you go. I'm seeing, there was this clip somebody posted, and it was A$AP Rocky and Rihanna, and they went to the club, and A$AP is like arguing with the bodyguard. He's like, you seriously don't know who this is? Because the bodyguard wasn't letting them in. It was literally Rihanna and A$AP. And he's like, okay, I understand if you don't know me, but you don't know who this is? And Rihanna's just giggling. She didn't diva out. She's literally giggling in that clip. And then there was another clip posted, and it was like, you won't believe who just walked in. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky just walked into the bar we were at, and they bought the entire bar a whole round of shots. That is your energy, group 3. That is your energy. It's like, you giggle when things don't work out. It's like you can laugh at it and move on. So people have a hard time controlling you. I feel like this is something you really struggled with, like in school. Teachers were upset that even if they gave you a bad grade or even if they picked on you, it wouldn't be something that you took personally. Like when people say mean things about you, you're not able to be like bullied or anything like that, because it's like when people say things about you, you literally don't take it on as your responsibility. You don't internalize it. It doesn't change your entire worldview or your sense of self. You'll move on. You will move on with your life. And it's literally like, I am rubber and you are glue. And whatever you say bounces off to me and stays to you. And then we have the thief. It says, sheds light on potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Exactly. You know who you are. You know who you are. People cannot bamboozle you and fool you into working for their narrative. Like, you're not easily controlled. All right, Spirit, for group 3, specifically for their crush and romantic partners, how do they see them? We have the 6 of Cups and the Death card. First of all, people never forget you. 10 of Cups in reverse. People always see you as the one that got away. Your crush specifically feels like 6 of Cups, things were really good in the beginning, and then Death card, it ended. Or they see that you have this like death and regeneration quality about you, where it's like you can absolutely build people up, but you can also just destroy them. People are very intimidated by you. Also, people feel like they know you. You may experience that. Like, do I know you? Like, all the time, though. Like, do I know you? Did I meet you somewhere? People feel like this. It may be, I just heard past life. It could be past life links. You could have been famous in a past life where it's like you were a household name and everyone knew you. So that may be why people like, it's like ingrained in their DNA. Their grandparents knew you and they passed on that DNA to you. So now even people like not even around during that time, they feel like they know you. That's really cool. I've never had anything like that come up before. Wow, I didn't even know that was possible. Listen, I'm just the channeler. I'm like, whoa, that's some new information. But yeah, we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. So when it's over, it does seem to be over with you. Once you're done, you will literally laugh at someone in their face. Please, please come back. You know, they're just doing the most trying to get you, and you will literally like be stone-faced, or even worse, laugh at them. And that's very Capricornian, not gonna lie. Like, Capricorns are mean. Or maybe that's just me. Like, I don't know. I'm a Cancer. I'm Capricorn's direct opposite. And I'm like, yo, I would never mess with a Capricorn. It's not happening. It's not happening. Anyways, y'all ain't mean. Shout out to y'all, Caps. We need Capricorns in our life. I actually do have a Capricorn friend, and she's so fun, but she's scary, low-key. Not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna argue with you, lady. I'm not arguing with you, because you're gonna make me cry. But yeah, your crush and people, 6 of Cups, they feel like they know you. With the Death card, though, your cutoff game must be extremely strong. And with the 10 of Cups in reverse, it's like a lot of people feel like you're the one that got away. And again, it's like your strongest love offers, your most committed love offers come probably later in life, group 3. So with the 10 of Cups in reverse, it's like once people are ready, they feel like you are no longer accessible to them. You may literally move a lot, like your physical location, so people can't find you even if they wanted to. Or you may be big on like changing your number consistently or making it like impossible for people to contact you. Again, there's this energy of like once you're done, and people do not expect that. We have the Chariot and the 8 of Swords in reverse. You seem very liberated. You seem like a free spirit. Chariot, it seems like you move forward even with the losses, because the thing about the Chariot is it's the light and the dark. Usually the Chariot has like dogs or horses, and it'll be like a white one and a black one on either side, representing moving forward in balance with the good and the bad. And that's something that I can see here for you. It's like you move forward, Chariot. Even after taking an L, you have the ability to move on. And people think that if you take an L, then that means you have to be stuck on this situation. But you have this ability to let people win, or to at least think they won. And that's the thing that drove your teachers crazy when you were in school, because it's like, they just know it's not landing with you. Like you can sit through a whole meeting with the principal, with your teacher, and they're scolding you, and you will listen, but like with a straight face. Like they know it's not reaching deep down in your spirit. And you may have even had like teachers or just people in general, friends, try to pick on you, try to break you, you know, try to break your spirit. And you may break when you're alone, when you're in your safe space, 4th house, and people think you never break, but it's like, no, I'm silent. You may be the suffering in silence, you know, kind of person. Wow, we got the Lovers in reverse. A lot of people feel like they don't have a chance with you. 4 of Coins, it seems like you require people to be very grown to deal with you. Like they have to be adult, grown up, responsible, serious about you. Maybe not serious about life. Like I don't feel like you necessarily try to control people and who they are. If anything, it's more of the opposite I'm getting. But it seems like people, Lovers in reverse, 4 of Coins, it's like they can't tame you. You only surrender when you want to. People can't try their same old tricks that typically work with you. Got a few that flipped over. We have the King of Cups, so there is a strong attraction, but with the Moon in reverse, they know. People get you right away. And it's funny because it's not that people don't understand you, it's that people refuse to accept how you present yourself and what you're about, or they try to poke holes in what you say. Like, say you're someone who, okay, so say you're new to a job and people start gossiping to you, and you say, oh, I don't gossip, so yeah, I don't, you know, don't involve me with that. People may constantly try to chip away at your armor. They may try to bring you with like, you know, stuff, or they may choose a person that they know that you don't like or get along with, and then say, okay, well, let me see if they really aren't a gossiping person, because let me give them some tea about that person. And you may literally still not want to know. With the King of Cups, people are very attracted to you because they know that you're real. You're like the bar, the best of the best, but not easily controlled, not easily manipulated. And you're someone who has a very strong character, a very strong morality. You know what you are about and what you're not about. And I do not feel like you waver on that. And we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So people aren't able to easily manipulate you or get you to invest in what they care about. People aren't able to get you to even invest in them. Spirit, for group 3, what is going on in the background? How can they become more magnetic? What do they need to know? We have Diana with focused intention and Lady Nada with heart awakening. Diana, it says, think about what you desire, set your sights high, and expect the best possible outcome. So your guides do not for a moment want you to surrender to what other people want you to believe or want you to accept. Continue to set your sights higher and higher and higher to where it's impossible, to where the only person that could possibly even resonate with you has to be a perfect match. And if you've already accepted that things may happen later in life where it may be like a waiting game for you, that's even better because you already are used to it and you have the stamina. But your guides are like, listen, continue to set your sights high. A lot of people are trying to tear you down or prove that you're not really as moral or you're not really about what you say you're about. We have Lady Nada with heart awakening. That's more about what's going on in the background. I do feel like you're having a heart awakening at this time. I just heard 3 months. So this could have started 3 months ago and last for the next 3 months. You may be at the height of it now. It may be a 3-month-long process total, but you're definitely having a heart chakra awakening. So if you find yourself crying or emotional for no reason, this is why. Your heart is awakening. And I feel like you're going to have much more empathy for people and understanding of people at the end of it. It says, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. So Spirit is telling you, continue to invest in the people who are investing in you and continue to pull back your energy from people who don't want to understand you, people who don't want to accept what you're comfortable with. Basically continue to do what you're doing. And in terms of what you can do to become more magnetic, I don't feel like you need to. You're already extremely magnetic. I feel like it's more about just setting intention, if anything. That's what I got for you, Group 3. My Etsy shop is in the description if you'd like a private tarot reading, and that is where you can find me. But that's what I have for you today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose Group 4 with the Sunstone Crystal Point, this is your reading. We're going to be using the Mermaid Tarot for you. And we are going to see what makes you attractive. Why are people drawn to you? And we'll specifically see for your crush and romantic partners, what do they like about you? How you can become more magnetic. We'll get some advice from the universe. We'll get a little bit of everything. Spirit, the cards are talking for you right away. I like that. For Group 4, what makes them attractive and magnetic? So first of all, right away, you're very different. Something about you is very different and unique. We have Uranus that came up with revolution. And Uranus is our planet of change. It's the great awakener. It's the planet that comes in and really just F's stuff up, like completely just rejuvenates and renews. Uranus says breakthroughs, brainstorming, originality. You seem to be very original and creative. People may have even copied off of your ideas. I'm also seeing fashion school. That may have been a dream when you were younger. You may have drew like designs in a coloring book, like you may have designed clothes and things like that. It says awakening, technology, innovation, reform, surprise, freedom, experimentation, the unexpected, rupture, diversity, enlightening. You may be really into Greek mythology. You may be drawn towards lightning. That's all that uranium power. It's change, it's vast, it's powerful, it's instant. And that's something about you. People get with you and they feel free. People get with you and they feel like they're truly experiencing something different. You truly hit different, Group 4. There's no doubt about it. I feel like you surprise people, you shock people, and you're very unexpected. Then we have a Libra, the idealist, and Sagittarius, the voyager. You may have a Libra or Sag in your rising or in your Mars, in your Venus, if it's how romantic partners see you. Libra, it says harmonious, cooperative, socially aware, artistic, people-pleasing, idealistic, aesthetic, choosy, indecisive, graceful. Something about you feels very different. Something about you people can't quite put their finger on. You always seem to be an innovator, someone who always knows what to do or always has a unique perspective in every situation. You bring your own personal touch to everything. Like even if you go stay in a hotel, you may have a little routine that you do because this is how I like it. This is how I like to sleep. This is how I got to make sure. Something about that, like, you morph everything to you and people naturally start to morph to you. You may notice that people start people pleasing around you, or they might start seeming uncomfortable in the sense that they start embarrassing themselves because they kind of lose control when they're in your presence. Group 4, people naturally want to please you and they can't figure you out, so they just start trying anything. And then you may notice that people oftentimes start to get embarrassed when they're in your presence because they start tripping over their words, they start not being able to focus, they start just trying to say whatever they think you respond well to instead of being themselves. They kind of just want to naturally kind of please you, and it seems like you're the person that has a destiny. Like, it seems like you're someone who is going to make it to amazing heights in your life, so people want to be connected with you. We have Sagittarius, the Voyager. It says enthusiastic, philosophical, independent, generous, ethical, happy-go-lucky, adventurous, honest, experimental, lucky, boundless, traveling. You may be someone who likes to travel to different places, different cultures. You may be really big on exploring. Exploration seems to be a big thing with you. Even if it's like a library, you like to see every room. You want to see every section. It's like you have a very naturally curious kind of mind. There seems to be a connection you still have to your inner child, and you may notice that romantic partners specifically, they like to kind of baby you, take care of you. It's like people want to comfort you. They want to make things better for you, and they don't even know why. Now we have the quincunx that came out for you. So this is actually when, planets, 2 or more planets are working together, but in a aspect where they're not really understanding each other. So something about you is very enigmatic in the sense that on one end you could be super conservative, but all your friends may be wild and carefree, and it's like something about you just doesn't make sense or is very unexpected. So like if you're more of a serious person yourself, it's like you have this ability to completely detach and be free at times, like maybe when you get home. And people don't understand that. They're like, I thought they were more serious. So I feel like people immediately go into this like people-pleasing energy with you where they try to please you and they try to figure you out, but they can't figure you out. The quincunx, it says, irritates, puzzles, mystifies, complicates, contradicts, clashes, requires translation. You may have a hard time expressing yourself to people. You may even find that you do this, like you go out of your way to try to relate to people and try to be understood, but it just gets worse and worse the more you try. I say stop trying. Literally just be yourself and let people bask in your glory, group 4, because you're a very interesting and a truly different kind of person that other people have not experienced, and they want to get close to you. They want to experience you. They want to understand you. So let them figure out the puzzle. Let them, figure out the maze when it comes to you. We got the 5th house with passion. It says entertainment, creativity, costume. You may like to dress up for romantic partners, okay? Or just in general, you may treat every day like it's your canvas, or you may play a lot of dress up when you're at home. I'm also seeing someone, when they used to come home from school, they used to try on a bunch of outfits. It says love affairs, joy, pleasure, parties, children, humor, romance. So you're someone who likes to have fun. You like to be in the mix, but you don't like to be a part of the drama. It's like you want to go to the party and you want to see like everything go down with the love triangles, but you don't want to be in your own love triangle. And it's like you want to go to the party and you want to have fun, but you don't want to be the person that's like embarrassing themselves. Like you like to keep a middle ground. It's like you like to be in the mix, but not in the drama. Spirit, for group 4, what makes them attractive? Exactly. We got the shapeshifter as the first card coming out for you. So you're a shapeshifter. I feel like you're different around every new environment. It's like the work version of you is not the same as the version of you that's around your friends. The version of you around your friends is not the same version of you when you're at home. Like you have many different faces. People may say you're two-faced or hard to read. And I feel like it's just because they can't put you in a box. So they kind of like read it as, oh, this is someone who's always constantly changing, or someone who may be hiding themselves because they always seem different. They have a hard time reading and understanding you. The shapeshifter says has skill to navigate through different levels of consciousness and the ability to see potential in everything. So you may be a fixer-upper, you may be a DIYer, hopefully not in relationships, child, but definitely when it comes to like housing or projects, I feel like you even like that. You like to have like a project that you're working on. You may even have dreams of taking like your own fixer-upper, buying it for cheap, like a house for $30,000 and then flipping it to being worth over $100,000. You may have like ideals of that, or that may be something that you want to do as a career. Wow, we got the priest and the teacher. You show people how it's done. The priest makes me feel like group 4, unfortunately, you may attract a lot of people with like demonic attachments or spiritual attachments, and you got to hit them with that holy water, with the Holy Ghost, okay? You got to come through and let people know, I am not the 2, I am not the 1, okay? And you exorcise those demons out of people. So there's a little bit of that energy where it's like, you know, people may try to come to you with their out of control energy and their spiritual attachments, and you immediately put people in their place. The priest says facilitates spiritual commitments and serves as a channel of spiritual energy. So you're a very spiritual person, someone who people trust. People feel like you have a connection to higher realms. People feel like you know something that they don't know. A lot of people want to be attracted to you. Not attracted to you, but a lot of people want to be near you. Like they're naturally very attracted to you. They feel like, you know, I feel like a love-hate energy. Some people really love that you always have this higher perspective, but some people, it just irritates their spirit because of the spirit attachments that they have. And with you, your energy, it seems like you can see straight through people, and it's crazy because it is energetic. So it may be something where it's like you can't really see through people, you don't really know, or you don't really care, but energetically they can tell that you have that connection to the higher realms, and it irritates their lower level attachments. And then we have the teacher. It says the ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, and wisdom. So you're definitely the bar. You're someone that a lot of people look up to. Wow, that's surprising. You actually have a father-like energy. We have the father that has just come out. So you come through with a lot of divine masculine structure. Saturn may rule your chart. You may have Saturn in your first house or a Capricorn in your first house. Wow. And then the God. Ooh, a bunch of hair. And then we have the God here. So it's like, seriously, you seem to be like some sort of higher level being. People, they want to figure you out so bad. They want to get close to you, but they also feel very irritated and frustrated. You may get a lot of unnecessary aggression. Like you may have had a lot of experiences where people don't like you in the beginning. And it seems like people just automatically decide the moment that they meet you that, oh, you're this kind of person, I'm going to write you off. But I got to be honest, group 4, a lot of this is unconscious. So if you had teachers or coworkers or just, you know, mean girls, mean guys, whoever in school immediately right away deciding that they don't like you, it's because of this energy internally, and you may not be aware of it, but people can feel this. It seems like you know something they don't know. It seems like you're above people. People may internalize your stoicness as judgment. Oh, they don't want to talk. They don't ever share their tea. Not because they're not a blabbermouth, but because they're judging me. And it's like, no, it's literally just that they keep their business to themselves. You may trigger a lot of people, and you may trigger a lot of awakenings. The God says benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. The Father says talent for creating and supporting life, a positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So you come across as like a strong father-like energy and kind of all-knowing. And I feel like you kind of struggle with people being jealous of you for no reason. Spirit, for group 4, can you show us specifically how their crush sees them, or how romantic partners see them specifically? We have the King of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Cups. So we have a true pair, but a lot of people do not feel like they're good enough for you, group 4. True pair energy. A lot of people can see themselves with you long term. A lot of people see you as the person that would be beneficial for them to be with, or like long-term settle down material. But Five of Cups in reverse, a lot of people get demotivated and they don't even try because they feel like they're not good enough or they're not on your same level. It's like people meet you and then they have this weird experience that almost feels like deja vu. It's like, oh, this is what Spirit has been telling me for the last 3 years to work on all this stuff for because of this moment right here. And you come into their life as the Queen of Cups, very full, very whole, and King of Cups in reverse, even though they're a match to you on a romantic level, on a level where it's like natural and feelings based, on a logical level, on a 3D level. If people have not done the work, if people have not actually applied what they've learned and grown as a person, they completely miss out on their chance to be with you. And that causes people to have a lot of resentment. Again, there's this element to you that just feels like you know something that people don't know, or you have something that people do not have or cannot have. And it just infuriates them. Your crush sees you as like above them in some way or better than them, not gonna lie. We have the Magician in reverse and the Six of Cups in reverse. So it seems like the same old tricks that they would usually try won't really work on you. And also with the Six of Cups in reverse, people will meet you and it seems like you've gone through like a huge glow up. Six of Cups in reverse is like a lot of people know you from when you were younger, but they don't really know you anymore. That's also a sign that a lot of people watch and, stalk your social media to keep up with you, try to figure you out. But we have the Magician in reverse, like too much work would have to happen in order for them to be able to match your energy in the current time, in the present moment. So it frustrates people. They feel like they can't really relate to you. They get really stuck on you. There's a thin line between love and hate. And this is one of those readings where it's like, dang, this is like, what makes you attractive kind of thing. And it's like, you're so attractive that people feel like they could never have you. They feel like you're out of their league. So a lot of people get mad, not gonna lie, like mad, frustrated, and angry about that. We have the King of Pentacles here. So you make people want to stand up as the very best version of themselves to be with you. Also, people may assume that they have to have like a large amount of money or a lot of financial success in this life in order to be compatible with you. We have the Star in reverse and the Three of Swords. So there's an energy of you kind of leaving a trail of heartbreak. I don't know. It just feels like you meet with people, you hit it off with them, things are really good, and then once it gets serious, like, okay, someone is trying to be in your life, so they're trying to be a friend or they're trying to be like an actual romantic partner. I feel like there's a whole different set of standards that you have for people that want to be a potential romantic partner for you. So when it goes from like, oh, we just met, it's like lighthearted, good vibes, it's fun. But soon as people start trying to make it clear that they're really trying to have this long term, or they're trying to be in your life, or they want something from you, instantly you look at them in a whole different way with a different set of like qualifications. And it's really heartbreaking to people because no one feels good enough for you. Your crush feels like King of Pentacles. They feel inspired to be the best version of themselves, but at the same time, with the Star card and the Three of Swords, they never feel like they can amount to you. And you keep getting this true pair energy. What the heck? We got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Now, these are both coming up upright. Nice. A lot of people feel like you're perfect marriage material, wife material, husband material. A lot of people feel like you are the best that they will get in this lifetime, the best person, the best option for them to be with. A lot of people see you in that way where it's like they're very attracted to you and they want to connect with you. There's a level that people connect with you, but there's also a big part of you that feels untouchable, unattainable. It feels like they can't reach you. So I don't know what that's about. Maybe you know. If it's King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and then the King of Cups in reverse with the Queen of Cups that came out, it's probably like you don't let people in emotionally, but logically you understand people. You will help people. But when it comes to getting your heart, that is never a guarantee. Even with romantic partners. It sounds crazy, but even with romantic partners, it is not a guarantee that you will get group 4's heart. And a lot of people feel demotivated. They feel like, I don't know if I'll ever be good enough. I don't know if I should even try because it feels impossible. So I would say work on opening up your heart chakra. I'm going to see what's going on in the background and how you can become more magnetic, but already I'm feeling like there may be a heart chakra block. It may be extremely hard for you to open up to people, specifically in the heart space. And then we have the 10 of Wands, which is all about cycle completion. So you may be restarting your life right now and leveling up the options that you have. Like before, maybe you led with your heart, but King of Cups in reverse, other people weren't leading with their heart. So now you're leading with your value and aligning yourself with people who have more money, more resources, more life that they've lived, more value, more connections. And it's a lot easier for you to connect with people in that way. You may have been someone who dated for love in the past, but now maybe you date for money. Maybe you date for security. Earth energy is also, Pentacle energy is also earth energy, whereas cup energy is water energy. So you may be leading with like, okay, what's going to bring me long-term stability? Who's taking the steps to build a solid foundation with me versus who gives me all the feels? Who am I getting butterflies from? Who makes me feel like giddy and excited and childlike? You may just be looking at people with a totally new or different set of requirements these days. We have Diana with focused intention and Odin with psychic insight. So this is how can you become more magnetic, and also what's going on in the background. This is what's going on in the background. Odin says your third eye is open. So if you feel like you're tripping, you are not tripping. You're seeing people straight through to the core. See truth for what it is and follow your intuition. There's a lot of spiritual warfare around you and your guides are handling it for you. It's not your duty to go head to head with people and to take on this spiritual warfare as your burden. But Spirit is saying your third eye is open. Follow your intuition. When you feel like someone's not right, trust that. When you feel like something isn't right, trust that. And then Diana with focused intention, it says, think about what you desire, set your sights high, and expect the best possible outcome. So your guides want you to know, like, all these changes and things, it may seem like negatives because it's like, oh, okay, so, you know, I'm not exactly in alignment with people. They're not really understanding me. But I feel like you're doing the right thing. They're trying to get you to step into this Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles energy so that you can meet your pair that logically makes sense for you. Wow. That's what I got for you, Group 4. My Etsy shop is in the description if you'd like a private tarot reading or any of my other magical offerings. That is where you can find me. And yeah, that's what I have for you today. I'll talk to you soon.